So Black Youngster, he leaked the footage. I want everybody to let me know if you rocking with Young Dolph. Throw them dolphins down in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's go. I want everybody to pay attention because Black Youngster, he just leaked the whole footage of Makita's. Everybody in the back of Makita's. The lady didn't have on her apron, and they already said that dude in the picture, he was the one who had on the gray sweats, and his apron is untied in the back. Why is your apron untied in the back? And you got to look at one thing. Oh, girl, they daughter, the girl Clark, y'all already know who she is. I ain't going to even say her first name, but the girl Clark, she was the main one who took Young Dolph's order and basically told Young Dolph, like, yeah, wait right here right quick. This is why ever since this went down, once Young Dolph was laying out there, Mia J said that Black Youngster, he gonna end up exposing everybody in this because what goes around comes around. They said that the dude was on the side with a gray shirt and he had on a dark gray jogging pants that was tight at the ankles with the scrunchy part at the bottom with the mics on. I want everybody to understand, oh, girl who had on them blue pants is, she had on the red Makita shirt and she was looking in the back of Family Dollar. What was back there by that ditch that they kept standing in the back of like Makita's for? And oh girl, she walked between the car and she walked around the silver one. Y'all already know that car was Baby Boy. Y'all gotta look at the whole thing. I think it was a Honda. Yeah, exactly. I want everybody to let me know in the comment section if y'all think that Maurice was on the side with the phone in his hand. He had a landline phone in his hand. He was on the side of Makita's with a crowd of people and all of them was standing in the back. And the girl with the light blue pants, she was walking in and out of the back gate. What went on right there? Because we all know for a fact that once Maurice Hill went through that back, he cut through the bushes behind those houses and went out on that next street. Y'all know what that next street is. This is probably why Makita Raven said, my daddy was just pulling up because he ran out the back door and he went through the bushes and went behind them people's houses, hopped in his car and came around. This is why he was unable to catch straight drop Cornelius Smith big juke.
And look how the dude got the bow leg. He has a Pooh Shiesty mask on while Maurice is distracting everybody. The lady with the hat and the blue jeans walked in between the Honda and the Impala. She scrouched down and took something from the floorboard, man. Right there, she was walking by the pillar. You remember the big billboard? They got the billboard right there underneath. She walked by it, and while the dude in the big gray shirt was standing right there, he put his leg up there so we can't see actually her walking by. She threw something in the ditch, man. You could hear it hitting the fence going clink, and it dropped down and rolled into the creek. There was people fishing back there in the bushes, and they said that they heard the whole entire thing's ringing out. They saw people running back in that trail. If y'all know, in that whole entire back area, that forest wooded area, if you go by that ditch, there's a whole nother walking path trail. If you was to run there, it literally takes you 10 seconds to sprint across there and you end up in the back of the Family Dollar, right on the other side where the dudes was already waiting parked, man. This is a big eye-opening, breaking thing because that means that the way that the dudes ran out the back ends up coming exactly to the path that leads them to the guys that was waiting for them. They said that the dude 901 was parked right there, man, and they got right up in his whip. You have to go through the entire Family Dollar in order to get through that back door. The only other way is to run through that trail by the ditch. And the dudes they threw everything in that ditch and came back around the next morning. Y'all got to understand, if you was to go and walk around that back yourself, you would see that you could actually be able to run away from multiple different directions. But the only reason they got out was because they had the car there already. I want y'all to look at the fact that they flattened the tires and everything to make sure that nobody could see nothing going on. That's why Maurice parked right there by his Lincoln so that any of the people that walked up couldn't get no view at all. The Bentley footage that was actually recovered ended up recording the whole entire thing. I want y'all to understand, Teslas and Bentleys, they all have cameras on them, just like Dolph car.
Key Glock, he stated one thing, and I feel that he should have pressed Yo Gotti for this right after Yo Gotti came from Bali. Y'all know for a fact that Angela Simmons was the main one. She was literally telling Yo Gotti, you need to stay out the streets and really get your stuff together, man, because you don't want nobody coming after you 5 to 10 years later. You know the feds can have a 99% conviction rate. They said that Makeda's, it has concrete right on the side, which is walking distance, about 10 to 15 steps. You get right in the grass. Next thing you know, you in the parking lot of Family Dollar. This is why the crime scene was in the front of Makeda's. This is why the tape was in front of Makeda's. In the back of Makeda's, this is where the girl walked at, and Maurice Hill, he went out the back. Everybody know for a fact how they get down in Memphis. We know how they went on that side street. We know the ops, they not finna just stand in the front. Come on now, they don't want nobody to see them. That's why they came up from the back.
And that's right. They walked down, and if they parked at Joy Lane, they could easily walk down that path, man. That's how people cut the corner right there, because nobody want to walk around that corner and get spooked by the laundromat. That's where it goes down. And so that's why they cut through the cut, man. That's why the people always said that the dudes that hit a lick on Makeda's 2 weeks before it came through that back door is because they went through that little fence. It used to not have a lock on it. It used to be wide open with the little C thing that you would lift up, and it goes right back on the pole, just like how everybody has in their backyards, man. And so that's why the last time that the dudes came in and they jumped the counter and hit the register, them guys came through that back forest area because they know about the walking trail. Everybody in Memphis knows about the little walking trail and wooded stuff because that's all they got. Memphis has a lot of trees and bushes for cover. When they said they found young Dolph wallet inside the bushes in the ditch, and they found young Dolph phone in the dumpster by the bushes in the ditch, that means that everything that they was throwing in that ditch back there was what ended up getting recovered, man. I want y'all to pay attention to the fact that they forgot to fingerprint and dust the whole entire perimeter. The marshals never even got to go inside the Makeda because that they told them that the bathroom got so damaged that it was sewage all over the floor, man. Nobody wanted to deal with that. You couldn't smell the fact that Dolph had been in there for 3 days, man. That's why they had the next door business already closed off so nobody could see or smell the fact that Dolph had been in there.
Young Dolph homie set him up, and I want everybody to understand. Young Dolph homie shot a music video in the same house that Young Dolph was in right before he got sent up. I want everybody to know Young Dolph went to like 4 places when he got back that day. Y'all got to understand this because people sat back and thought Black Youngster wasn't going to reveal what's really going on, but we know for a fact how they get down. Black Youngster lost his brother, so he know for a fact he got to tell something that could get him up out this jam of this Rico. We know for a fact the feds already began everything that they needed to start. This is something that can make them pick up 11, 12, 13 more CMG members because it's over 140 of them. I want everybody to understand this because as soon as Black Youngster touched back in Memphis, they own him every time. Young Dolph Artist was the main one who set him up, and everybody sat back and thought that it was a game. No, it was his artist that dropped the low. And if his artist didn't really have him at his house right before he went over there, this would have never happened. Because you got to understand, Young Dolph, he didn't want them people to do him like that, man. He wanted to instantly run up in the crib, get this little money that he owed him. But you got to understand, Young Dolph Artist owed him money. Once Young Dolph went in the crib, he took a picture with his daddy. As soon as he took a picture with his daddy, it was over with because he ain't had the money. And I know for a fact Young Dolph Artist is looking at it like, man, I can't even pay you because I just went to the strip club the other night. Y'all got to understand, man, this is sad. This is a sad situation that this had to happen to Young Dolph. But the reason why Young Dolph couldn't leave out the house because they hit him. Y'all got to understand. And they blocked him off with a broom. They put the broom right on the door so that he couldn't leave out the front of the door. This is something we all know. If you in a place and you know for a fact that this is your people, you not finna sit there and think like, okay, they finna do this to me. No, he owed him money. Once Young Dolph came to collect his bread, He didn't want to give it, you feel me? He already knew Young Dolph was going to put them people on him. And I want everybody to understand, me and Jay not too happy to find out that the same dude that was in his face smiling was the same one trying to take him out the game. I want everybody to pay attention to this, man. Open your eyes to the fact of what's really going on, because this is a revolving door. And we know for a fact that people, they look at certain things and they play games. But at the end of the day, you know how the streets is. Y'all already know how they get down.
And exactly, when they took Dolph from that whole place, he had the same sweatshirt on. They said when he lost his keys from that interview, they said that he was going to get a ride to the community center. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you stopping at this place? They said, 1 second, I'm finna go in this house. You got to take a picture with my dad. They walked in. They was like, this place looked familiar because it looked like the same door from Jay Fizzle music video, man. So he's standing there right there with his dad. He take the picture. His dad got some type of thing in his sleeve, man. He's holding the thing in his sleeve. Then he flink it out right after the picture got taken. Then you see they pushed Dolph. They tried to chase him. They took Dolph chain. They tried to take Dolph Chrome Heart bag with the $5 million in the checks and everything like that, because he was building a skyscraper in Makeda's, man. Makeda's didn't want to leave to go to the downtown without getting a cut out of the whole deal, but Dolph was pushing him out. He was going to do it directly with the old lady that they started yelling at and pulled up to her crib, man. So when they stole off on Dolph Chrome Heart bag, ran into the kitchen. They jumped over the thing. It was a rug on the ground. Dolph ran in the hole. It was a hole in the ground. He crashed down into the basement. That's where they had the rope and the chair at, man. I want y'all to know they had a false floor right there. The floorboards already had a missing entire panels. The wood boards was already missing. They got Dolph to chase him after they took the $5 million and he fell into the basement, man. In Memphis, they got these old houses. It'd be creepy and it'd be dark and everything downstairs. So that's when they tied him up. When they took his hoodie off, the hoodie got that painting on it that predict the whole entire thing, man. They took the hoodie off and it was the yellow shirt underneath the whole entire time, man. That means Dolph was actually jammed up in there for 5 days, not 2 days, man. It wasn't until the family found out that they said he was missing for 2 days. Then it was 2 days after that he got hit up. I want y'all to know that this whole thing come back to 2 people in particular, man. And I want y'all to understand they're going to get the justice for Dolph.
R.I.P. Young Dolph, because Black Youngster, he know that he got to do something, because he know his brother just got sent up. So who's next? Him. I want everybody to look at this, because Big Jook's still locked up and Govan's still out. So Black Youngster, he need to real live look at everything that went on and really pay attention to the fact that if he never paid Jay Fizzle that $230K, he would have never been in this situation. I want everybody to know that the feds is investigating this whole ordeal. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new.